Hey, beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today, before I get into the video, I want to speak specifically to my introverts that are rebuilding their lives, whether it's behind the scenes or out loud. I am an introvert that worked over 15 years in corporate America, working at companies such as Intuit, ADP, the payroll company, the Art Institute in downtown Chicago, as well as Indiana University and Morehouse, and so many other jobs that I've had that look like success on the outside, but internally, I was just very overstimulated, very stressed, confused, really didn't know what path I wanted to take in life. And I just felt like I was just doing things because they were expected of me, and it wasn't what I truly, truly wanted to do in life. So that's why I had some side things going on in addition to work in corporate America. I used to edit resumes on the side. I used to help people write and self-publish their books. I also had a drop shipping and direct-to-consumer t-shirt company, and still doing that. I just really never felt 100% fulfilled until I took my sabbatical a couple of years ago and decided to start a cleaning company. So that's what today's video is about. It is about why I chose a more simpler life over corporate success and what that looks like. And if you can relate to this, I'd love for you to stay to the end of this video because I have something very, very special for you. Okay, so let's get into it. The illusion of corporate America and the job security, right? As we all know by now, especially with the layoffs going on, and I'm not saying this to fearmonger things like that, but it is the truth. We watch the news and we see certain things on LinkedIn, and people are getting laid off in thousands. There were, I think, over 30,000 people laid off in the tech sector alone at one company. Okay. And then there's people who want to move up in the ranks, but they feel like, even though they're doing the job well, such as myself when I was in corporate America, but because they're not going to these functions after work or kissing nobody's behind and being a brown noser, they can't get promoted because people promote people that they like, basically, and no matter how good they're doing at the job or how bad they're doing. So that's that right there. There's no guaranteed promotion just because you're doing your job well. You have to do extra things. And those are those unspoken rules of, participating in office politics and just being the 100% likable person and just putting on this whole facade and this whole mask in order to succeed and move up in the ranks. And it really shouldn't have to be like that. And then there's a whole aspect of trading your time for a paycheck, spending 40 plus hours a week at somebody's job in an office. And God forbid, if you're working, virtual, working from home, you probably working more hours because the separation from work and home is not there. I've experienced that too. So, yeah, there's really no job security. And then you're trading your time for a paycheck, and you barely have enough time to work on your creativity outside of work because you're probably so drained and burnt out from being in these environments that causes us as introverts to have to perform just to meet somebody else's standards. And so I want to clarify, I'm not being bitter here. This is not a whole ranting session. I'm just being honest, just telling it like it TI is, okay? So that's corporate America for you. And for us as introverts, like I said, it can be very draining because we just want to go to work, do our job really well, and go home and have that whole separation there, have a life outside of work. And a lot of these companies more than likely do not allow you to do that. Or they don't give you the capacity to do that because you're so burnt out and drained. And all you want to do when you go home is just relax and decompress. I definitely understand. And that segues me into my story or my father's story of him being 1 year shy of retiring before he passed away in 2022. He worked at this company for over 30 years. And I know that he really didn't like it like that, but it paid the bills and it provided him a stable income until he was able or ready to retire. And then he talked about just doing things that lit him up, brought him joy, but he never got to see those days because the job more than likely stressed him out so much that over the years, that stress compounded and caused illnesses and things of that nature to the point that it eventually caused him to die. That's what I truly think it was, because we all know that stress is the silent killer. So I want you to think about that. Are you living a life or working a job that you really don't like that? They're stressing you out and you're waiting to either go on a vacation or retire yourself in order to have some peace. And what does that look like to you? Like, why are you delaying your life because this job is stressing you out? Why not bottle up that frustration and take the time to discover what it is that you're truly passionate about, your true skills and talents that you've been suppressing for so many years? I just want you to take some time to think about those things. Make a small list of things that you're really interested in, things that, lit you up as a child. It could be playing an instrument. It could be teaching somebody how to, I don't know, fix things in their house, like a fixer-upper type thing. You can create YouTube channels for that. You can create a YouTube channel showing people how to play the guitar, okay? Showing people how to remodel their bathrooms and putting on makeup, doing your hair if you're really good at that. Find those things that you're really good at. People, find things that people compliment you about, and you can turn that into a side business and devote about 1 hour a day until, really get excited about it and you start spending more hours on it a day after work. And then just eventually it'll compound. And next thing you know, more than likely, maybe, I don't know, you may start making more money from your side business than your job, then you're able to leave that job and find true peace and live an intentional life. Okay. But yeah, going back to my father's story, we're living in days where this whole working until you're 65 or 67 years old and then retire, that's a scam. Okay. We have opened our eyes to that. Hopefully you have. I know I have, definitely. And it's time for us to start living our lives now because we don't know if tomorrow is promised or not. And I'm not saying this to be sad or nothing like that, but I'm just encouraging you to start utilizing your freedom now. Okay? Do not wait until retirement to go somewhere that you really want to go to. Why put it off? Okay? If you have the funds for it, of course, go for it. And don't sit around waiting for somebody to go with you. You can enjoy a trip alone. There's nothing wrong with that. And so my dad's passing taught me that I didn't have to delay my joy. Respectfully, I will not wait until retirement to enjoy my life. I'm enjoying it now. I get a chance to make my own schedule, to do things that light me up now instead of waiting until I'm 67 or 70 years old. Yeah, granted, I don't really travel as much as I want to right now because in this season of my life, I'm very busy. Like I'm a solo cleaner, okay? I really don't have that much free time, but I'm still at peace, if that makes any sense. Like when I was working in corporate America, when I get off work, I'd have a different type of exhaustion. Like it'll be that whole burnout type, leave me alone type of tiredness where I just want to be in solitude and isolation. But now when I finish cleaning, when I, get a chance to get done with my work for the day, it's like a happy type of tired where I get in the shower, I decompress, make me a good meal, and I just do something creatively on the side where I'm not drained or feeling like I don't want to be bothered after work now. So that's the difference from working in corporate America and now being a cleaning business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it. The energy is different, And so with my dad passing again, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute, wrap this story up, not the video. But I just want to share his story to bring the point home that I did not wait until I was retired to take that sabbatical and go to somewhere like Alaska, of all places. I did some other traveling too, around that time, but I went to places that I dreamed about. And I got to check them off my list before I reached 60 or even 50. So in hindsight, he showed me that forget these traditional rules. Forget waiting until you're 65, 67, 70 years old to live your life. Live your life now while you have breath in your lungs, while you have the energy to enjoy certain things, and don't delay that. Okay, so right now I'm looking out the window watching people set up tents and stuff for a Father's Day event. Right now I'm recording this video. It is Father's Day and I'm going to release it the same day. I really don't do things like this. I like to record my videos ahead of time, but this has been a really busy week for me. But like I was saying, I'm looking out the window watching people set up these tents for this event that's going to be going on at the park across the street. And I had a slow morning today. Wasn't hustling, bustling around, wasn't dreading getting ready for my day like I was in corporate America, just, going through the motions. But I just have a more peaceful life now that I've chosen to step away from those, like I said, societal norms of working a job and being sold this whole illusion of climbing the corporate ladder and experiencing job security, when in fact you can have job security in your own thing. Building your own thing provides more security than I think a job does, if I'm being truly honest. Now, owning a business is not always rainbows and sunshine, okay? Just like working for somebody else is not always rainbows and sunshine. But at least with working for myself, with working for yourself, you get to experience true freedom and ownership of your own time. And that is something that I'm truly grateful for, okay? And speaking of gratitude, I want to say that although my father's passing was very sudden and unexpected, I'm thankful that he allowed me to open my eyes more to the realities of building a life of purpose and freedom and intentionality. And those are things that I truly, truly cherish to this day. And I want to ask you, are you living an intentional life? If not, I want you to take steps toward building what that life looks like for you. And oh my God, if you have not taken anything from this video, I want you to take away the fact that you do not have to wait until retirement to start living your life. Live your life now, okay? If this video resonated with you, I know that you know somebody who could use this message as well. So go ahead and share this video to them. I'll be really grateful for that as well. And at the beginning of this video, I shared that I had something that I wanted to tell you. So here it is. I have been working on a newsletter, a free newsletter for my community, which is titled The Intentional Introvert. It's going to be dropping in August. So I'm still putting some final touches on that. So be on the lookout for my newsletter so you can sign up for that and hear from me exclusively once a month. I'll be sending some great tips and strategies and things of that nature to help you get to that intentional life. As I mentioned before, I have a lot of experience working in career services. I help people with their resumes, help them get good jobs. And I also have experience with helping people write their books and things of that nature. So I just have a lot of knowledge in this big old head of mine. And I am willing to share that to help you catapult your life or to start, I guess, brainstorming on ways that you want to work your way out of your job, or if you want to get a whole new job, a higher paying job. Owning a business is not for everybody, and I totally understand that. So I'm willing to help you in any way that I can. And then I also want to share some exclusive communications that I will not be putting on the YouTube channel. So you can have this whole insider type thing going on with, just getting to know each other. And you can get a chance to respond to those emails and then I respond back. So it's more of an intimate type of community. So look out for that newsletter coming up in August. And other than that, thank you for watching today's video. If anything I said resonates with you, leave a comment down below. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It is completely free for you. So yeah, I appreciate that. And again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.